2 points. So a 4-0 victory here for Arsenal. Martin, an impressive performance from the Gunners tonight. Did we learn a lot about their character tonight as well?
Very much so. I think we saw a lot about what the future holds for Arsenal with the youngsters coming in. Tierney, who we featured before the game started, really confirming how well he's playing now in an Arsenal jersey, getting that first goal, getting him off to a flyer, but really concerning for West Bromwich Albion and for Sam Allardyce. I bet he wishes now he sat by the fire with his slippers on instead of venturing into this campaign, because it's been a disaster since he came into the role.
Yeah, that's the first time ever that they've lost 4 consecutive home games by 3 or more goals, Gareth. Does it feel like they're going backwards?
Yeah, it has. You know, we spoke before the Aston Villa game. The first game is important. They got the bounce from the new manager. They had the one positive result going away from home, but, you know, 12 goals conceded in 3 home games, none scored. You know, there are alarming concerns there for this West Brom side. There's a little chance now of a little break before the next league game. Hopefully a few signings that can come and affect the dressing room, but, you know, it's a big couple of weeks ahead now for West Brom.
Do you agree with Martin that he might be regretting his decision to take the job?
He'll say he won't regret it. It's a chance to manage another Premier League club at 66 years old. But yeah, I think in his heart of hearts, 4 games in, he knows that the size of this task, it's looking huge.
Yeah, it's clear for all to see. A really good night here for Kieran Tierney. Certainly not bothered at all by the snow tonight, and you can watch that goal back very shortly as well. It was a wonderful individual goal, Martin. Just how much skill was involved in that on his weaker foot as well?
Well, first of all, he's determined. You know, he gets the ball with real purpose, then he shows really good quality, and I can tell the young man, it certainly wasn't a cross. It was a full-blooded, executed shot at the end of a really good move on his weaker foot. That probably surprised him. But it doesn't surprise me, because Celtic fans will be watching this now with envy. He played like this for Celtic for years. Really direct. Now that he's fit enough and he can make these runs, look at this, coming inside onto his right foot. Absolutely perfect. Really good power in that, Gareth.
Yeah, that's it. It come to him, there wasn't a lot on really, so he's just taken it upon himself to make something happen. Lovely bit of skill there to send Furlong the wrong way, and yeah, the boys are winding him up there. That's surely not a cross, is it, mine?
He's in this. Sometimes you're in the zone and you don't actually, Lindsay. You look back at it and you think, well, I can tell him it's absolutely a great shot. Look at the anger. Look, he wants to make something happen. That's what I like. You know, if your football career is for a short period and you want to make a mark, and that young man's come down from Scotland and he doesn't want to waste any time. And he's going to set the standards for the future for Arsenal. And
it wasn't just the goal that he scored as well. His contribution throughout the whole game, Gareth, was exceptional.
Yeah, it was constant for the whole 90 minutes. He was obviously in great form before this. The confidence is high. The goal would have given him even more confidence. So he's a big part of this team. That's why he's played more minutes than anyone else. And yeah, for the future. He's playing like he's been in this Arsenal team for many years. You know, he's looking at Andrew Robertson, the things he's doing at Liverpool, and he's thinking, I'm having a bit of that. You see here is a range of passing, something you're probably not going to associate with massively, but he's played a lovely couple of passes, and timing of runs perfect, and his crossing generally is better than that one there. But yeah, the players playing ahead of him this season are all enjoying playing with him. It's not just Aubameyang, there's other players that have slotted in ahead of him, and they're relishing playing with him too.
His end product, though, is what's now coming into his game. Improving all the time. Lacazette, I thought, actually played really well again tonight. 5 goals from 4 matches. Looked a real live wire. You can see the pieces coming together. No Martinelli, but it doesn't really matter who's playing on that left side, whether it's Aubameyang or Martinelli. As long as Tierney's playing, you get that really effectiveness down the left. And that's Arsenal now 6 points away from the top 4. Talk of relegation, Sam saying that they were, you know, a team in the relegation fight. Well, not at the moment. After this, it's very quickly turned around for Arsenal over Christmas.
Do you feel there was perhaps a bit of an overreaction to what was a rocky spell, Martin?
No, I think a club of that size and stature, that's always going to happen. And Chelsea was probably the perfect game for Arsenal to bounce back from. You just see there the number of touches that Tierney has had. You know, he makes his mark, and he really did that tonight, most in the match. And he keeps going, along with the kids that have come into the team. I think there's a real core now of players that you can look to the future for Arsenal.
Yeah, we talked about whether he was captain material as well before the game as well. He has real leadership qualities, doesn't he, Tierney?
Yeah, you can. The way he speaks after the game, there, he's a real man's man. He wasn't afraid of the cold today. But the noise is coming out of Arsenal. He's that sort of character, and his performances are backing that up too.
And one of Arsenal's other young players who really shone tonight again was Bukayo Saka as well, who finished off that team goal, Martin, which I think Arsenal fans could probably watch all night long.
Well, it was like a throwback, wasn't it, to the Pires years, the Henry movement. And they would have been brought up on this, as coming through the academy. That's the specialness about it. You know, Smith-Rowe coming in, look, give and go, keeps his run on. And then Saka knows, because he's played with him in the youth team, he'll find me. And he does, he just rolls it into him. Really good movement. I've been immensely impressed with Smith-Rowe since he's come into the team. I mean, that was the sort of role everyone thought Ozil was going to fulfil. It shows that the manager wants that type of player, but he wants youth and exuberance, and he's certainly getting it with these two.
It was like Arsenal of old, wasn't it? But as Martin said, it was all about the future as well.
It was. It's great to see young players like that joining up. Martin's mentioned they'd have known each other through the youth, but that little ball around the corner there and the following the pass is so hard to defend, and puts it on a plate with Saka to tuck it away. And
Saka was involved in that third goal as well, scored by Alexandre Lacazette, who Martin said had another good game tonight.
Yes, Saka I thought was the main danger from start to finish down this right side, and O'Shea playing out of position, he had a real tough night against him, but yeah, this was right foot putting it in the danger area. Smith-Rowe unlucky there, and it falls to Lacazette. He's the man in form at the minute, scoring the goals, and if he can continue doing that, Arsenal are going to keep climbing up the league.
Ajay, I think it's a wild swing at this, and this is the sort of thing that creeps in from a West Bromwich Albion point of view. Smith-Rowe thinks he's going to get his first Premier League goal. I'm sure that will come pretty soon, and they just follow up. There's so many numbers in the box here, and it really is poor from West Bromwich Albion, but that's what we're getting at the moment.
Yeah, like I said, he's really enjoying the role he's playing at the moment. Not really as an out-and-out number 9, not as a number 10 either, but being able to really make an impact on the game.
Lacazette?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was really important that you've got to have, Aubameyang not scoring the goals at the moment, and Lacazette's really stepped up to the mark. And as you say, all these youngsters, but it's now time for the senior players to start making their mark in the team and being really good role models for the young players to follow.
He got his second of the night as well, after nobody from the Baggers team picked him up. It was just too easy, Martin.
It was, and this is where we couldn't really understand why West Bromwich Albion were not trying to press the ball. It was so unlike one of Sam Allardyce's teams, and they're conceding so many goals. Look at the time and space here. Tierney involved again, and there's no one near him. He really can't miss. He picks the pace of the ball up really well, you have to say. Look, him pointing there. O'Shea there should push across to pick him up. He's moving away from the ball. These are schoolboy errors that they're making, and there's so much to fix here for Sam Allardyce. And really, I know we haven't reached the halfway mark of the season. Normally, you do it this time because we started later. There's still time for Sam to put it right, but I saw no sign of it getting any better here this evening.
5 goals in 4 games for Alexandre Lacazette, the last 4. Another good night for him and for Arsenal. It's 3 in a row for the first time this season in the league.